Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Kim,
This is Andy.
and we're going to read to you from the Urantia book. But first, we have
First,
365 Days of Walking the Red Road by Terry Jean. Today is May 9th.
we'll hear from Mimbris, an Apache.
Mimbris Apache. Or is that a name of a tribe or what?
Oh,
This is a
Vittorio.
Vittorio's, the guys. So this is the Mimbris Apache. Well,
Hmm.
different, not, I haven't heard of that particular
No.
branch of Apache. Have you?
No.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. All right.
Vittorio says, just what power I cannot explain, for it is beyond my comprehension. Those who seek it go alone, that they may be tested for worthiness. It is a gift to be bestowed not only for virtue, but for prayer and courage. Power. And did you know that in Native American tradition there are two basic categories of songs, those written by people and songs given to an individual through visions or dreams?
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
So a whole song can be given to you in a vision or dream. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
When you go on the hill, and a relative may bring a song to you.
Okay. That would be nice. Yeah. Right. So it's seeking power. You go alone and you know that you will be tested when you seek power. It's part of what you expect, what you right?
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Right. Okay, The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, translation by Derek Lin. Okay, you can read the first line. This is chapter 17.
The highest rulers, people do not know they have them.
Right, to be ruling unseen, to the highest rulers. People don't even know that they're being ruled,
Mm-hmm.
right? They
Right.
think, yeah, that's the best kind, the best way.
Mm-hmm.
The most skillful rulers work behind the scene. Dick Cheney. I'm sorry, we saw a documentary. Yeah, okay, no, stop. Okay, they know how to achieve their objectives quickly and quietly. They use a light touch and produce seamless results.
Mm.
They are so good at what they do that people are hardly aware of their existence. Note, the original Chinese is not gender specific in referring to the ruler and does not assert that the ruler must be male.
Mm.
Most translators arbitrarily force the gender to be either male or female, which distorts the original meaning. Okay, well, he didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's Derek Lynn translating. Okay.
The next level people love them and praise them. The next level people fear them. The next level people despise them.
Okay, so those are the kinds of rulers below the level of ideal leadership. We have rulers who act in benevolent ways, so people love them. Rulers who use intimidation, so people fear them. And rulers who are incompetent, so people despise them. Okay, so we're going to refrain from naming any specific rulers at this point because I've got a few in mind, but um, obviously I really subscribe to that. That's great. Okay.
If the ruler's trust is insufficient, have no trust in them.
Okay, I'm going to stop because that's interesting. So the ruler doesn't have trust, right? And then the
Mm-hmm.
people don't trust the ruler because the ruler isn't able to trust.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's a model. They're a model for us. Okay, keep going then.
Proceeding calmly, valuing their words. Task accomplished, matter settled. The people all say, we did it naturally.
but they were led to do the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Right.
The ideal way is to govern in an unhurried manner where rulers are bound by their words and therefore never speak lightly. Such rulers tend to do more and talk less. This, in turn, means the affairs of the state are conducted in a non disruptive way. People unaware of the work that goes into governing assume that they did it themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is so okay, and this is kind of like antithetical to democracy too, because democracy involves it's very verbal, very um they don't speak lightly, so rulers speak less. But this whole idea of democracy, how it gets clogged up by all these words and accusations. They're just um, a lot of times they're just meaningless and frivolous and just away from the real point.
Mm-hmm.
That the power comes in obstructing actions instead of actually doing something positive,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, but that's really interesting. I think in order to have a real functioning democracy, you'd have to have an educated, really alert um, voter base.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to have that,
Absolutely.
an absolutely engaged voter base. You can't
Mhm.
have a democracy without that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that people wouldn't get away with talking smack all the time.
It could be a warning sign for our present democracy.
Do we? I don't think we have a present democracy. That's what I was actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Andy, the eternal optimist. You're always okay, and I'm the doomsayer. But I make good jokes. So,
do.
okay. Okay. Like several other passages from the Tao Te Ching, this chapter seems to be aimed at the ancient kings of China. How can such passages apply to us? Do not think of ruling in the literal sense of leading a nation. Look at your own life and note all the circumstances where leadership plays a role. Most of us will, at some point, be called upon to play a leading role in social settings, as you have community activities, or the workplace. The Tao of leadership remains constant in any context. Whether you find yourself having to deal with children, neighbors, or coworkers, you will find the distinctions in this chapter a useful guide.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much, Lao Tzu. Okay, and then we have the Urantia book here. We are finishing paper 44 today, section 8, Mortal Aspirations and Morontia Achievements. I was just saying to Andy earlier that Morontia is such a strange word. It's like it's rooted in moron. So that's the next level above us here, right? So if we do a good job down here on earth, we get to be morons. So I think that's pretty funny, but okay.
You start.
I'll start. Okay, Morontia Ascenders and Mortal Aspirations and Morontia Achievements, Section 8, Paper 44. Okay, sip coffee. Although celestial artisans do not personally work on material planets such as Urantia, they do come from time to time from the headquarters of the system to proffer help to the naturally gifted individuals of the mortal races.
Hmm.
Hmm. When thus assigned, these artisans temporarily work under the supervision of the planetary angels of progress. The seraphic hosts cooperate with these artisans in attempting to assist those mortal artists who possess inherent endowments and who possess adjusters of special and previous experience. There are three possible sources of special human ability. At the bottom, always there exists the natural or inherent aptitude. Special ability is never an arbitrary gift of the gods. It's always purposeful, right?
Mhm.
There is always an ancestral foundation for every outstanding talent. In addition to this natural ability, or rather supplemental thereto, there may be contributed the leadings of the thought adjuster in those individuals whose indwelling adjusters may have had actual and bona fide experiences along such lines on other worlds and in other mortal creatures. Because our thought adjusters here, they're all experienced.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have experienced thought adjusters who've, um, lived other lives. So people, oh, here I'm going to get off the point. People have asked, like, okay, so if there's no such thing as reincarnation, how do I remember sometimes you have glimpses of your past life, or I feel like connected to this other
Mhm.
existence. Your thought adjusters probably lived another existence and brought,
Yes. Like that.
okay,
Mhm.
brought some of that awareness to you. In those worlds, in those cases where both the human mind and the indwelling adjuster are unusually skillful, the spirit artisans may be delegated to act as harmonizers of these talents and otherwise to assist and inspire these mortals to seek forever perfecting ideals and to attempt their enhanced portrayal for the edification of the realm. Okay, so they might, if somebody is really gifted
Mhm.
right here,
Mhm.
they might send somebody here to um, to inspire them, inspire that artist.
Mm.
Yeah. There is no caste in the ranks of spirit artisans. No matter how lowly your origin, if you have ability and the gift of expression, you will gain adequate recognition and receive due appreciation as you ascend upward in the scale of Morontia experience and spiritual attainment. There can be no handicap of human heredity or deprivation of mortal environment, which the Morontia career will not fully compensate and wholly remove. And all such satisfactions of artistic achievement and expression, okay, and all such satisfactions of artistic achievement and expressionful self realization will be affected by your own personal efforts in progressive advancement. At last, the aspirations of evolutionary mediocrity will be realized. While the gods do not arbitrarily bestow talents and ability upon the children of time, they do provide for the attainment of the satisfaction of all their noble longings and for the gratification of all human hunger for supernal self expression. Okay, Andy, go.
But every human being should remember many ambitions to excel, which tantalize mortals in the flesh, will not persist with these same mortals in the Morantia and spirit careers. The ascending Morantians learn to socialize their former purely selfish longings and egotistic ambitions. Nevertheless, those things which you so earnestly long to do on earth, and which circumstances so persistently denied you, if after acquiring true moda insight into the Morantia career, you still desire to do, then you will most certainly be granted every opportunity fully to satisfy your long cherished desires. Before ascending mortals leave the local universe to embark upon their spirit careers, they will be satiated, respecting every intellectual, artistic, and social longing or true ambition which ever characterized their mortal or Morantia planes of existence. This is the achievement of equality, of the satisfaction of self-expression and self-realization, but not the attainment of identical experiential status, for the complete obliteration of characteristic individuality in skill, technique, and expression. But the new spirit differential of personal experiential attainment will not become thus leveled off and equalized until after you have finished the last circle of the harmonic career. And then will the paradise residents be confronted with the necessity of adjusting to that absentite differential of personal experience, which can be leveled off only by the group attainment of the entire of the ultimate of creatures status, the seventh stage spirit destiny of the mortal phonologers.
Wow. Wow. What? That's huge. What? So tell me, what is that?
And this is the story
Okay.
of the celestial artisans, the cosmopolitan body of exquisite workers who do so much to glorify the architectural spheres with the artistic portrayals of the divine beauty of the paradise creators
Indicted by an archangel.
of Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, so this is a huge paragraph, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the achievement of equality, of the satisfaction of self-expression, self-realization, but not the attainment of identical experiential status,
Mm-hmm.
nor the complete obliteration of characteristic individuality and skill training. Okay, so this shows, okay, so like there's no um conformity in achieving these artistic goals. This is what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Okay, so they're allowing for individual expression, but that doesn't mean you conform to one certain experience, or you're not trying to you know what I mean. So it's all individual. So there's so there's a lot of individual expression in the celestial arts. There's not like a pinnacle of this is the best,
Mm-hmm.
um, musical experience or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
that you have to get one kind of expression in order to succeed or something like that, which kind of like that's a trap that some people
Mm-hmm.
fall into here. Like, they don't
Right.
teach rock and roll at Juilliard, right?
Right.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I was just thinking that. And that's very important to me in individuality and our own honoring our own individual
Mm-hmm.
self-expression.
Right.
Yeah, is really important. We're not all the same. We don't all hear the same music or feel the same music, or but we all have capacity to inspire others, right?
And we will be satiated
We'll be
with that ability,
with this, yeah.
with that art.
So we'll be provided opportunities to
Mhm.
grow in that direction
Mm-hmm.
that we want to choose.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come and they'll provide us with lots of opportunities for growth in what we choose to accomplish, and be good at.
This is the achievement of equality, the satisfaction of self-expression and self-realization, but not the attainment of identical experiential status, nor
Yeah.
the complete obliteration of characteristic individuals in skill, technique, and expression.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So that finishes paper 44.
Yeah. Next time, paper 45. Local
Local.
system administration.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, we've got to go.
We gotta go. Have a great one. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
I know.
Bye.
Stay cool this week.
Stay cool. Don't get rained on too much. Okay. End stream. There you go.
Okay. We got to hustle up.